Hey, how's it going? I am back with a new First Thoughts video, and we're going to be talking about the Miss Marvel Disney Plus series, which, I'll be honest, I was a little surprised. I keep forgetting how close we are to that. It's coming out in June, and they posted the trailer yesterday, the day before, this week anyway. And I just wanted to talk about it and give you my first thoughts. Now, I'm going to give you kind of like... my positives and negatives. I'll go with the positives first because there's more of them, frankly. And it does have this real wonderful kind of like youthful, optimistic, fun vibe. And we get to see like these like kind of animated word balloons and journal excerpts, as well as the Marvel Studios logo is kind of like extra animated, where they didn't need to do that. So that's kind of looked fun. So it's kind of like definitely giving me like this idea of a tone that they're going for with this. And it does seem like it's going to be kind of like marrying the first, I think it's No Normal is the first story arc, where she gets her powers, she immediately starts copying Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and eventually kind of starts turning into her own hero. And then we go from there. So that's kind of what I'm kind of getting an idea of, and the powers are different, and I'll get into that in just a second, but specifically it looks like the powers are coming from her bracelet, and forgive me, I don't remember what the name of the bracelet is, but it is a piece of jewelry in the comics, but it does glow when she puts it on, then her eyes, then they cut to a different shot of her eyes glowing, so, okay, it's obviously giving her the power, and we just had Shang-Chi with the dragon rings that come from some Mysteria Cosmic Force powers. We have the Infinity Stones. And I've heard some fans make comparisons to that bracelet to the bracelet that Quasar has, and he has energy powers as well. So, that could be kind of in line. And also it is... if you want to get real corporate, it is more on brand with Captain Marvel than her stretchy powers. But it does look like that's kind of where it's coming from, and it'll probably lend itself into like a larger mystery. And I haven't heard any specific reasons publicly why they changed her powers. Now, I have heard some people spout the rumor that they don't want to look too much like Reed Richards when they bring him in, but that's just a rumor, and I've heard plenty of people say it as if it is fact. It's one of those cases where fans repeat a rumor so often, they just accept it as truth, and that's not the case here. I've gone through a few articles about it, and I can't find in the publicity what that is. And there could be, that could be a reason. That could be trying to like get her more in line with Captain Marvel. They could be trying to set up Quasar and do some other like MCU stuff. I don't know, or maybe it might be a cost cutting effort, which is my first thought. Like maybe to make it look good on like a small budget, maybe energy powers are just easier to do versus like stretchy powers. Now I know there's Doom Patrol with I think Elasti-Woman. But, like, she's a supporting character. She's not stretching all the time. Just occasional scenes here and there, so it doesn't really depend on that. And a lot of her character arc seems to be trying to hold it together and not expand and stretch and stuff like that. So you can work with that on a smaller TV streaming budget. But she is the lead character, and she will be doing it all the time, so I'm thinking maybe that's why. In order for it to really look good, they would have to put some money behind it that maybe they don't have. But with that said, it does look like they're trying to do their best to kind of like, not go too far off the rails with how these powers work versus her stretch powers. And if this is the only concession I have to make, I will like begrudgingly take it because everything else looks really good. And maybe this might come from just being an older fan, and I'm very used to powers changing. I'm very used to powers being downgraded. I'm very used to arbitrary changes to anything. Like, for instance, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man has organic web shooters versus, like, mechanical ones. The TV shows of the 70s, everybody was powered down. You could kill the Hulk with a gun. That's how depowered he was. Captain America got his powers from steroids, and he had a invisible I don't know, transparent shield and a motorcycle that made explosion noises. And he was a secret agent or something like that, and not a big to-do. So I'm very used to these things, and I know it's kind of easy to get spoiled over the last few years because the studios have been getting more and more closer to the actual translations of the comics, which is great. I love it. But yeah, there's still like different changes. This also might be very similar to the fact that maybe she might have to be kind of adjusted and fit into the already existing MCU continuity versus the comic book continuity. They had to do that with Peter Parker Spider-Man, where he was more in line of a pupil of Tony Stark. And I know that upset a lot of fans, but you know, we're already in this storyline, and he kind of has to fit in, you know, some kind of way. Maybe that's what they're doing with this. But I'm kind of keeping an open mind about that. So, I mean, if they totally ruin it, you know, I'll voice my opinion on that. But I'm not going to get too excited, or angry, I should say, before I have, like, the show in front of me so I can watch it. I do like the... it does look like they're leaning into her Muslim culture and heritage. I like that a lot. It looks like, you know, they're going to be kind of doing that thing where she's kind of juggling, you know, her fan life, her super life, and you know, her Muslim life all together. You know, pretty much like all Marvel superheroes and such. So yeah, I'm kind of excited here. I'm cautiously optimistic about the powers thing, but you know, to be honest, that's a small. I wouldn't call that a red flag. I'd call it like an orange flag. But other than that, I can kind of like roll with it if necessary. So I'm pretty excited. What do you, the viewers at home, think? Let me know in the comments below. You can tell me if you have anything you want to see from Ms. Marvel and what you're looking forward to. So I'm going to be talking to you later, so push the button.